mechanical energy.
So all of you keep heading mechanical energy. See, today's class even will derive formula for gravitational potential energy and as well as maximum up to Hooke's law. We will go with that. So please kindly focus and then only we'll go with derivation of elastic potential energy also. Okay. So please make it now first. What do you mean by mechanical energy means? All of you observe. Mechanical energy is the energy possessed by the body due to the two reasons. Anything. Energy possessed. Okay. All of you. So energy possessed by the body, by a body, due to two reasons. One is on the account of its position or motion. What is that, everybody? On account of its position, either due to its position or it will occur due to the what, guys? Or motion configuration. So that is what we used to call as mechanical energy. So the energy possessed by any kind of body, either due to the position or motion, we used to call as what, everybody? We used to call as, please respond, mechanical energy. Now, this mechanical energy, we people will be classified into two types. That is only we used to call mechanical energy is classified into two types. One is what we used to call, everybody? Anyone? Potential energy, and another one is what?
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy.
So kinetic energy. So now itself I'm saying the energy possessed by the body due to its motion is kinetic energy. Due to its position, we used to call it as what? Everyone? Potential.
Potential.
So keep it in mind, potential energy is due to either position or we can say state. So of course, when we are studying the examples, you will understand. So based upon the state or the position of the object, the energy possessed by the body is called as potential energy. So let us start with the potential energy and then we'll go with the kinetic energy. So today's class, our main target is potential energy, types of potential energy, and as well as derivation for each type of potential energy, formulas. Is it okay, everybody? All of you? So the most important concept it is, again, 11th.
Can you please give an example for mechanical energy?
You can take anything, Mari. If you are running your car is posting mechanical energy. You are climbing your staircase, going to terrace, that is mechanical energy. Anything, Mari, due to the position or due to the state of motion. Purima? Anything
sir.
which you call mechanical energy, particularly mechanical energy, if you want to speak in that, there is a two types, that is potential energy and kinetic energy. Understand, Mari?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is what you have to remember. So now, let me take potential energy definition. So all of you write it. Now keep it in mind, this potential energy concept again, 11th class, you will get it. So here, whatever you studied, exactly there it will be helpful and it will make you boost up the things very faster in the 11th class. And 11th class, this is one of the most important topic for NEET and as well as JEE. Okay. So let us see what is that. And even for you people for class 9th level, you are having only derivation for gravity, one type of potential energy. But second type of potential energy, you are not going to study anywhere in the higher classes if you not studied now. So that is why we will study. That is also for our preparation. So let us make it now potential energy. What do you mean by it? All of you write the definition first. So it is defined as the energy possessed by a body. Energy possessed by a body. By virtue of its position. by virtue of its position or state. So that is what we used to call as potential energy. Keep in mind, potential energy I can represent with the U, or potential energy I can represent with the P dot E, or potential energy I can represent with the EP. Your style. 11th class will represent with the U, 9th class will represent with either PE or EP. Your choice. EP, P is a subscript. Okay, guys. So which is your convenient, you can use it. No problem at all. Understanding all of you? Everybody? Yes. So whatever you want, you can use it. U is also we can use it, but 11th only basically we'll use this U. Now, let us understand what is the examples of all of you. Examples of potential energy. So now if you make it examples of potential energy, many places in our surroundings also we can notice it. Now, for example, you see that all of you, we have, for example, how many of you know toy car, toys, you all people knows. Am I right or wrong? Playing toys, correct? So you might be notice that toy car spring, if you give the key means it will move forward. Have you all experienced it? Mr. Maris, Agalya, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Toy car means we'll give a key means it will start moving forward direction. Kuda, 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 like that. Have you remember everyone? Yes, please. So actually, what we will do that, we will wind the spring. Actually, a wind spring of a toy car. Okay? A wind spring of a toy car, how it will make us to move? Because it is stored with the what energy? The state. That is what due to the state. So due to the what? Work done by the gravity, if you have taken here, the work is stored in the wound spring in the form of energy. What is that energy? Everybody. Yes, please. The work is stored.
Potential.
Yes. The work is stored in the wound spring in the form of what energy? Everybody, please respond. In the form of potential energy. So that is why it will mix the body. As the spring unwinds, the potential energy is unwinding. The spring will start unwinding. So what will happen, guys? The body will start moving forward or backward. It will start moving forward. Am I right or wrong? Everybody? So when the spring will unwind, what will happen? It uses the potential energy and it will make the body into what? Everybody, please respond. It will uses the potential energy.
Move.
Yes, it will uses the potential energy to set the toy in what?
Motion.
Motion. Okay. So who makes the toy moving? Unwinding means coming back. For example, see, you are having a spring. This is my spring. If I compress it, like compressing it, this is what we used to call as wounded spring. Again, if I release it, it will comes to the normal state. That is what we used to call as unwinding. Purima, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So we need to pull the toy car backward and leave then this lap.
Sir,
Also, yes, that is also.
sir,
Abhiram is asking, 1 minute, Mari. Abhiram is asking, you see, there is a toys you might be noticed in our surroundings, like a car or anything. So if you start pushing the backside, there is a thread. If you pull the thread backside and if you leave it, then it will start moving. Have you checked it, everybody? If you leave it, it will start moving forward. All of you, please respond. So what will happen?
Yes, sir.
Here also same thing. Basically, there is a spring actually, normally like this. If you start stretching, the spring will start elongate this much. So now it will be stored what energy? The work done by you, work is stored in the form of what? The work is stored in the form of what? Potential energy. So if you release that, then again the spring will start unwinding. It will start coming to the original position. So by that time, the potential energy which is stored is only make the toy into motion. Understand, Abhirami? Clear? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, your choice, whatever it is. Yes, please. Yes, ask me, Mari.
sir, then we can say potential energy means make a body to move which is in rest.
No, body when it is in motion, it is kinetic energy. The potential energy only converting into kinetic energy to move. That is what transformation
That
of.
only, sir.
Yes,
That
that
one
is
is a
transformation of energy, Mari. Understanding? Clear?
yes, sir.
See, when I'm giving the key, like I'm rotating, and release, the toy will goes. Or if I drag it and if I leave, the toy will goes. Both the cases, I am changing the state of the spring. Have you noticed it? I am setting, I am doing my work. I am giving the key to the car. Key means what? Correct, rotating. I am doing my work, and that my work is stored in the form of what? Yes. My work is stored in the form of what energy? Potential energy. Understanding? Then if I release that, then that potential energy makes the body to move. How? By converting that potential energy into what energy? Everybody? Kinetic energy. Motion. Okay. Now Niroshi is asking something. Sir, can you give another example of what? Yeah, I will make many examples. Wait. Click pen.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes, please.
actually she asked what the clicking of pen is potential energy or not, sir.
Yes, actually. Of course, you all people know click pen. You can see that, all of you. So what will happen now? So there is a spring in. You might be noticed if there is a pen, basically like this, it is. So if you notice if there is a spring is attached. Have you checked it, everybody? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So if I press the spring, the needle will come down. The needle will come down. So now here it is what energy is stored actually. The work done by me is stored in the form of what? Potential energy.
Potential energy.
If I give a click, what will happen? The potential energy which is present here will makes the body to move backward. Do you understanding? That is what the needle will come up. Understanding, everybody? There also the spring. Actually, if I give a single click, the spring will be compressed. Do you understand, everybody? Please respond. The spring
Yes,
will be
sir.
compressed so that the needle will come out. The needle will come
Wounded.
out. Yes. Understanding? So when you finish your work, then again you have to press it. Then needle will go back to its original place. Original stand. Then that
Yes.
potential energy only, the work done is stored in the form of potential energy. And that potential energy only makes the body to move backward. Clear, everybody? All of you?
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
Yeah, very simple.
So then can we say wounding and unwinding
Yeah,
property inside us?
winding and unwinding is a potential energy. Understand, Mari? For example, see, Mari, this is actually spring. Now, if I press with my hand, the spring will compress or not? All the girls, tell me, please. The spring will compress or not? Everybody? Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
So, my work done, whatever the work done by me is stored in the form of what energy? Position changes. The potential energy.
Energy.
If I release my hand, what will happen? The spring will fly away. Am I right or wrong? The spring will fly away.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what. So who makes the spring to fly away? Who makes the spring to fly away? The potential energy. That is, you should understand it. Clear, everybody? What I'm saying, everyone?
Yes,
All
sir.
of you? So that is, you can make many examples. Okay. Suppose, for example, all of you are having a water tank in our terrace. Suppose if this is your house, so now you are having a water tank in our terrace. Now energy is stored. The water is stored in our water tank. Now tell me, the water is stored in our tank. What is the energy possessed by them? Yes. The water stored at a height possessed what energy? This is above from the elevation, ground. So what energy it will possess? Everybody.
The
Potential energy. Understanding?
The body is in
Position. Height. Height means what it is that? Position. Above from the ground. So if above from the ground, there is a force which is acting always downward direction. What is that? We all studied already. Yes, everybody.
Gravitational force.
Gravitational force. That is only what we can say. Weight. Weight is equals to what? Gokul? Mass into acceleration.
Mass into gravity.
Yes.
And also surface tension, sir.
Yes, Mari. Abhiram is asking again. The binder clips, there is no springs, sir. But if you press them, it comes to its own position. Why this is happening? Binder clips. What is binder clips?
Sir, binder clips like in grammar books and all they are using, no, sir. Like
that springs like white color. Am I right?
yes, sir. We can take it off and again we can put it in.
Yeah, binder clips. Oh, this one. That is because of elasticity, like we can say that is what we can press it and we can release it. Am I right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is also because of the same thing, potential energy. There is no spring here. You can see this is what. Am I right, everyone? Correct? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes,
here
sir.
we are giving the potential energy. The work what we are doing, actually stored in the form of potential energy. Because the position, the shape will change. It will open. If I press here the springs, this is what the spring. This is not in without spring. This is only the spring basically will works like a spring. When I press, what will happen? The work done by me is stored in the form of what energy? Potential energy.
Potential energy.
If I release it, they will back to their original position. Means who makes to move? Who makes to move? The potential energy stored is only makes to move forward. Understand, Amma? Abhirami?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is what you have to remember. Everybody clear? So like many examples we can make it for potential energy. So the water which is stored in the tank is actually possessed due to the position. What energy it will possess? Anybody? Yes, please.
Potential energy, sir.
Now, if you notice it here, when water, suppose you might be notice reservoirs. Reservoirs, what is that will generate one electricity? Anybody can tell me, Sanjay? What is the electricity will generate from the dams?
Sir, tidal energy.
Hydroelectricity. Tidal illa. Hydroelectricity. How they will be? The water is stored in the reservoir. They will possess what energy? The water is stored in the reservoir. What energy it will possess?
Potential,
Potential
sir.
energy.
It
Now,
will be in rest form,
yes,
sir.
when it will release from the channels or gates, so there is a turbine here. So the water,
Kinetic energy.
the potential energy makes the water to move. That is what it will converting into kinetic energy. So it will rotate the turbines. So turbines will keep on rotate and they will generate what? Everybody?
Electricity.
Electricity. So that rotating of turbines only we can say what energy?
Mechanical energy.
Mechanical energy.
Potential energy.
Mechanical energy. Rotating is called as mechanical energy. So now, when the water falls from a height, it will rotate the blade and it will generate what energy? It will rotate the turbine. It will rotate the turbines of a blade and it will generate what? Everyone? Electrical energy, or we can say electricity, or we can say electrical energy. So this is all what energy transfer.
Sir,
Yeah.
can we say every object possess mechanical energy?
Yes, every moving object. Okay. So we can say that. Understand, Mari?
Sir, can we say
Now,
like
for
a cup
example, I'll
placed
say,
in
for
a
example,
form,
see, for
sir?
example, you see, Mari. Now, for example, there is a bird. Let me take, I don't know how to draw. So let me draw. So imagine there is a bird which is actually flying. Okay, all of you. Now flying above from the ground, if you notice it, it is possessing two energies. It is moving forward. So what energy it is possessing? Everybody?
Kinetic energy.
As well as it is above from the ground. So that it is possessing what energy?
Weight.
Potential
Potential.
energy. Okay. So the flying body, for example, aeroplane is flying. So it will possess what energies? Aeroplane. Yes, please. Aeroplane is flying. So it will possess what energy, guys? It will
Kinetic
possess
energy.
both kinetic energy and as well as potential energy. But as we not studied potential energy till now, we'll make it. So then windmill will possess potential energy. Yes. Suppose if you take the windmill is above from the ground. So that wind turbine is above from the ground. So due to the above from the ground, it will possess what energy? It will possess potential energy. And it is rotating. It is rotating so that it will possess what energy?
Kinetic energy.
Understanding, Amma? For example, there is a tree. Imagine there is a tree and one small cutie bird is sitting here. There is a bird which is sitting here. Now, which energy it is possessing? Anybody? Sitting.
Sir, it stays in a
Potential energy.
kinetic energy.
Only potential energy.
Potential energy.
Only potential energy. Sitting, Mari, it is not flying. Do you understand?
Sir, then can we say mechanical energy?
Yes, of course it is a mechanical energy, but particularly it is the what energy? potential energy. Understanding?
So
Sitting
then can
ball,
we say that tree is potential energy and mechanical energy?
which one?
The tree.
The tree is not possessing any energy because trees, suppose the leaf which is present in that, it is okay, we can say potential energy. But if you take tree, we won't consider because tree is going from the ground. Am I right or wrong? Suppose, Mari, your car is in the ground. Your car is placed on the ground. Your car potential energy is zero. Understanding? Anything is zero.
Yes, sir.
Now, your same car, if you go to repair shop, they will put above the hydraulic. Now your car is possessing which energy? Everybody.
Potential energy.
Potential energy. Do you understand, everybody? When potential energy is existed, only above from the ground. Above from the ground. Elevation is there, then only potential energy existed. Okay, Agalya?
So then now you said the toy cars, those are also
Toy cars,
the
that is state, Mari. That is state and position, both, correct? This is due to the position. Do you understand?
sir.
See, this is above from the ground is position. Compressing spring is the state changing. You understand? Both will possess the potential energy only. Okay, guys? Everybody? Yes, please. Anybody having doubt, please let me know. All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So please make it. Any doubt, you can ask me. Completed? Yes, windmill is both kinetic energy plus potential energy because above from the ground, so that it will be. Now, she is asking, sir, one girl is sitting after sometimes she slightly stand up and started to run. Is this because of mechanical energy? Now, remember now, suppose if a girl is sitting on the ground, her potential energy is zero. There is no, if the girl is standing on the ground, her potential energy is zero. If he started moving, running means it is only due to the what energy? Everybody?
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy. Okay. There is no potential energy. If the same girl is running, suppose there is a ladder between the two bridges. Now the girl is running here. Then this girl is possessing both energies. What is that? Kinetic energy plus
Kinetic and
as it is
Potential.
above from the ground. As it is above from the ground, she is possessing both energies. Okay.
when there is change in state and
Yes.
no
Change in position. Both.
altitude, no high altitude in it, then
Yes.
we can say it is a
That is
potential
what
energy.
position. That is what position we used to say. For example, there is a 2-floor building. Imagine first floor and second floor. Now the boy is standing here and the boy is standing here. Now if you notice it, A and B, if you notice, this is H1, and this is from the ground, this is H2. Okay. Then who will possess more potential energy? This boy will possess greater potential energy. Let me take, this is P1 and this is P2. So P1 and this is P2. So P2 is greater than P1. Understanding why? Because he is higher than this first floor. Do you understanding, Ra? All of you? So the elevation above from the ground is more than first boy, so that he will possess more greater potential energy. Understanding, everyone? Please respond. All of you? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is what you have to remember. So there is a branch of science, that is what physics mainly. Flying parachute is both because of mechanical energy only. Both parachute flying, that is both potential energy as well as what? As well as
Kinetic
energy. Like a bird, it is. Okay. So now in mechanics, there is a branch of physics we used to call it as mechanics. You all can see that. So in mechanics, we'll deal two types of potential energy. How many types of energy? Deal two types. Okay, two types of potential energy. So both are very, very important one. So both derivations we will study. Okay. So one is gravitational potential energy. Another one is elastic potential energy. One is gravitational potential energy. Another one is what? Elastic potential energy. Okay, guys. So for both, I will teach you the derivations. Both are very, very important. So even the elastic potential energy, Hooke's law, based upon the Hooke's law, we will study. The most important one, in the higher classes. But there they will never teach, nobody will teach the derivations. Okay, so you should learn it, that's all. Simply they'll write the formula. Hooke's law means something XYZ, something they'll write. Okay, so let us start with the first type of potential energy. What is the first type of potential energy, everybody?
Gravitational potential energy.
Gravitational potential energy. So please make it. Gravitational potential energy. This is only simply I can call potential energy. Okay. So now we will derive the derivation also, expression for this gravitational potential energy also. So just you focus it now first. If you imagine, for example, a body dropped from a height, fall to the ground. So there is a tower. Let me take. So what is this, everybody? Tower. Okay. So now if you notice it, all of you, let me consider. Yes, Kishore, the stretched arch is actually possessed the potential energy. If we release it, it will be converting into kinetic energy. Okay, Kishore?
Yes, sir.
Understand? Yeah. Now imagine there is an object which is falling downwards towards to the ground from a certain height. So if you remember here, this why it is, why the ball will fall to the ground. If you notice, due to the what? Due to the work done by the gravitational force acting on the body. So why this body falls on the ground? Because of the work done, due to the work done by whom, guys? Work done by whom? Work done by which force?
Gravitational force.
Work done by the gravitational force. So work done by the gravitational force which is acting on the body only makes the body to fall towards to the ground. So always gravitational force, what it will do, it will attract any body, whatever the body if you have been released, always it will attract what? Gravitational force is a what? Gravitational force of attraction act on the body is always in what direction? Downward direction or upward direction? Everybody. Acts always in what direction? Everybody. Always
Downward
body
direction.
it will act in downward direction. Means downward direction means what? Towards to the earth surface. Towards to the earth surface. So if you remember, and it will displaces it through a certain height. If you remember, when you drop, like from which it is dropped, if you notice it, the amount of work done in this case is done by whom actually? Anybody? The amount of work done is done by because of what force? Who is doing, guys? Who makes the body to fall?
Gravitational force.
Gravity.
Gravitational force.
If any body is falling downwards towards the earth, the work done by the body is due to the what force? Everybody?
Gravitational.
Gravitational force.
Gravitational force only is doing the work. So now, if you take, for example, if you want to lift a body in upward direction, for example, I will ask, there is a tower. Now, a boy called, let me take now, Mr. Pranav. I'll take it as a Pranav. Now I'll ask, Pranav is a very tall boy. A tower is equals to his height. Let's imagine. I have given one load and I'll ask him to lift and put the load here. This is the load. What is this, everybody? Load. Okay. Now, Mr. Pranav lifted the load and he has been placed above the tower, upward direction. So here we must apply the force by what? Mr. Pranav is applying the force by what? Gravitational force or by applying his body? Yes, please. He is applying the force by what? Who is lifting the body? He is lifting the body in upward direction. He lifted the load and he put on the tower. Now you tell me, who is applying the force? His body is applying the force. Am I right or wrong? Everybody? Who is need to apply? Pranav has to apply the force on the body in the upward direction, and then only it will displace us through a certain height. Then only it will move from the ground to this height. Am I right or wrong? Everybody will agree with me? Please
Yes,
speak.
sir.
Right. Now,
Yes, sir.
whatever the work done by the Pranav to lift this body in upward direction, so we are doing some work on the body against to the something. Anybody can tell? He is lifting the body. So there is a force which is always acting downward direction. What is that? He is trying to
Gravitational.
lift upwards.
Gravitational
So
force.
gravitational force is acting downward direction. But Mr. Pranav has done work against to the whom? He has done
Gravity.
work done
Gravity.
against to. He applied the force against to the gravitational force. Do you understand it, everybody? So, in giving a position to a body at certain height from the ground, we need to do work in it, and the work is possessed by the body is only ways to called as the whatever the work done to lift the body against to the gravitational force, that is only ways to called as, again, what is that called as, everybody? Gravitational potential. What is that? Energy.
Energy.
The work done by Mr. Pranav to lift, to give the position. He has given a position to the body. This is the height from the ground. To give this position to this body, he has done some work against to the gravity. The work done by him is only ways to called as what energy? Everybody.
Gravitational potential energy.
Potential energy. So, gravitational potential energy we will define as, please write it, everybody. Very simple, we can say. Gravitational potential energy is defined as the energy possessed by the body. The energy possessed by the body by a body by virtue of its what? By virtue of its, everybody, state of position of, by virtue of its
Position.
position means what? Yeah.
Sir, virtue means regarding.
Yes, regarding. Yes. With respect to what, guys? With respect to what? Earth surface. Clear, everybody? With respect to the surface of what? Surface of Earth. Okay? So that is what we used to call as gravitational potential energy. Do you all understand it? Please respond, guys. All of you. Everybody.
Sir, then the next one, elasticity is based on the state.
Another one. We will study that. You don't worry. First you listen this. Okay, wa? All of you. Please speak, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
now our target is Mr. Nivedan, understand, Mr. Lingesh, Pranav, Sanjay. That is what. So let me consider this is the
Yes,
ground.
sir.
What is this one? Everybody? I'm considering as a ground it is. Okay. Now the body is here. Just imagine that the body is here. All of you, I'm drawing. Let me make it. Now the body has been traveled, shifted to above from the ground. This position. Okay, Ra? Everybody? The body is lifted from this position to this position. Let me make it everything clearly. Imagination. So I will draw it what lines? This is already lifted. So I'll draw it what lines? I'll draw it a dotted lines.
Vertical.
So imagine that. Okay, everybody. So imagine that this body has been moved from this point to this point. Is it okay, everybody? Clear, all of you? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So now
sir.
if you observe, hummingbird is flying vertically and land back to the ground. This is gravitational potential energy. Yes, you can take gravitational potential energy. It will fly away against to, because it has to do the work by its own to move against to the gravity. Understand, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now all of you observe. So we are going to keep heading now, everybody. Derivation of an expression for what? Which energy? Everybody. Expression for
Gravitational
potential energy. Is it okay, everybody? Derivation of an expression for gravitational potential energy. So what is the work done formula? Can anybody tell me? We all people knows work or work done formula. Work or
Yes.
work done is equals to force into
Distance or displacement.
distance or displacement. Okay, so let me take now. So all of you, what is the applied force here? Everybody, from the center, whole mass is center from the center. What is the force applying? Nobody is responding. What is the force, Raha? Weight of the object, mg. Now So imagine that body has been changes from this position to this position. Now here also something is acting same. Yesterday also we have studied that. Always it will act what? Gravitational force always act what direction?
Downward.
Downward direction. The change in position from here to here, the change in position is h. That's all it is. Now body is shifted from here to here. The body is shifted from here to here. See that I have taken from the center. Have you remember? Understand, Agalya? I have not taken from the bottom. If I have taken from bottom to this bottom, same position. Am I right or wrong? Or I am taking from center to center. Both height is same. Am I right or wrong, guys? Change in height. Yes or no? All of you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, both. So now what is the applied force? What is the applied force? Check it. How much it is? Mass into what?
Gravity.
Gravity. Understanding? So the weight is equals to that. Always weight of the body will act what direction? Vertically? Weight of the body always act what direction?
Vertically
Vertically
downwards.
downwards.
Vertically downwards. That is only the force. Vertically downward direction. And what is the height changes? Position. Displacement is how much? H. That is only the formula. So what is the work done formula? Against to the gravity. Potential energy. Work done is equals to energy possessed by the body. So work done by the body is equals to potential energy possessed. So potential energy is equals to what is the formula? Gravitational potential energy. Yes, everyone speak. mgh. Okay. So remember here you can write the work done on the body. The work done on the body. The work done on the body is stored in the form of what energy? Everybody. Is stored in the form of what? Everyone? In the form of what, guys?